In the last video we were able to build this table, and our table and our target table, there is only one difference, that this table, if I compile this table does not have any lines. All these have horizontal and vertical lines. So in this video we will be making these lines. So first of all, because we have all these vertical lines across all the columns, at least some part of them, so this is a complete line, these three, then there are some partial lines. So first we can do is we can put all lines, all vertical lines across these column definitions where we are declaring that we have 8 columns. First we put these and see what happens. And then another thing we can do is this top line, of course top line goes all across, so we can put before the first line we can put a statement H line, and at the very end we can end this line here and put H line. So now if I compile this and we will compare these two again, now as you can see that our table is looking up a little bit better. We have all these 4 lines. This is not going complete, so we have to make this complete by using the definition of these cells, and then we have to put some horizontal lines. Horizontal lines are also not going all through, some are going partially, and we have to put a lot of formatting here. So how to make these lines? In order to do that, we have a command which is called C line. So how we use them? So let's say that this is the word hardness, and underneath hardness this is the horizontal line. We cannot put this line using \H line because it will put the line all across the table. This line goes from column 3 to column 8, the line underneath this hardness from 3 to 8. So this is the line in our program where this hardness. So if we go to the next line here, and instead of H line we use a command called C line, and C line takes the argument, and we can say 3 to 8 means put a line from column 3 to 8. So now if I compile this, so now we have this line column 3 to 8 after this hardness, but this right side is missing here. So how to fill this? In the definition of hardness here I will put a bar, and this bar will fill that gap for me. So if I recompile this, and now you can see that this gap has been filled and this line is there. Now the next lines after the hard, we can say that draw C line from column 3 to 8. So it will fill all this space. So where is hard? Hard is here. So after hard we say C line 3 to 8. So this will put this line, but no, there is no vertical line between soft and medium. So because in the definition of soft we have to put a vertical bar after the C, vertical bar here, and after medium we also want a line here, so vertical bar here. After hard we want this little line, so it's already not there. If we look at our current result, there is no line here, so we want this as well. So we put a C after a bar after this C of hard here as well. So similarly after factors there is no line here, and below the factors there is no horizontal line. We can put a vertical bar here in factors definition, and this is the in the next line after factors we can say C line 3 to 8. So let's draw these first and see, because otherwise we won't be able to detect our error. Just compile it. And now all these lines are set. So it means there is no error, because if we compare this with our original table, it looks perfectly correct. Now we have to draw these lines under the cast iron, 3 lines, these 3 lines, and then lines under surface, base metal, and all these. So now let's draw these lines. Now in order to draw this line after the surface, this one underneath the surface, So this is after this line. As you can see that after factors we have this line, and after B we have this line. So if I look at our current table, there is no line after B, and if I draw a line after B, that line goes straight from this edge to that edge. So after B I can say draw a horizontal line. That will be the required line which we need. As you can see here, that if I draw a line after B, it will be this line which will go under surface and material. So this is B, so I can draw simply H line after B. So that will be fine. Now we have this line, so this is fine. Now we want a line after 60 which goes from column 2 to 8, and that will be from under this cast iron to 60. So after the 60 we can say backslash C line 2 to 8. Now if I compile again, now we have line after 60 column 2 to 8, perfectly fine. Now the line after 120 should be a complete line because it should go from this edge to that edge. As we can see here, that line after 120 is going all across the table, and this is what we want here, complete horizontal line. So we will draw one horizontal line after 120 and the other horizontal line after this 120. So then we will get these two large lines. So after each 120 we simply say H line, and after this next 120 we can also have H line, and after for these two little lines, this one under this cast iron and under this cast iron, we have to go under 180 for this line, and under 60 for this line. So these lines are from 2 to 8. So after 180 we have a C line from 2 to 8, and after 60 we have a C line from 2 to 8. So now if I compile, hopefully, and now as you can see that our table is perfectly complete and matches this one. Now we can put these two tables side by side. As you can see that perfectly fine. The only thing is that this is not centered, so we have to center this table. This is center table, so we have to center this table, and for that we can put a centering command before the tabular. And now this is our table and this is our target table. If I put this 100% view, so you can see that both tables are perfectly same. So in this way you can make complex tables. This was a really very complex table because it has lot of merging going on both in horizontal and in vertical directions. So this will be hopefully a good exercise for you, and now you should be confident of making any type of complex table.